I think we managed to figure it out here just in time to get into our game. It is an echelon oddball to jump into. Garrett, my man, I'm excited to finally get our day with some casting.
Absolutely. Echelon oddball, my favorite game type combination for oddball because it just plays so damn well. We see JK, he's taking that fight, and this is the meta that's been changing, staying bottom blue. He's gonna lose that one. Atso coming out on top, and that's gonna leave the veteran tapping buttons to grab this camouflage, and he has my favorite combination, the Predator combo. He has the noob combo in the back pocket. He's gonna be a dangerous man to deal with on this map. You never want to give tapping the noob combo and the camo. He will take advantage.
PK, of course, comprised of some of the top talent in Latin America here, tapping no stranger to the spotlight. He gets himself a nice back to smack protector medal. Quick little double with the combo as well. Does seal out the kill before he drops. And now up to Atso to try and pick up the pieces here. He'll fly right into imminent death, but leaves the sticky behind. So great play out of him just to keep the trades up on the board. This is the efficiency we expect to see out of PK. Drift, another star-studded member of the cast here, making big plays. But you'll notice that the roster a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. We've got Nugget joining the team instead of Pelu. And I wonder how that will shake things up as we get down the line. So far, so good for PK, holding it down in blue.
At PK having this ideal setup at blue, you'll notice that there's a player on the top Pelican. That's going to prevent the Pelican spawn from coming in. They're going to end up playing the ball because of the collapse that comes in through the back blue base. But that's what you should expect from these teams. When you have a blue setup, move a player onto that top Pelican, control out that spawn, try to spawn them over towards top lift, control the locker room. They can usually get a great hold, but look at this. Falling Esports doing the exact opposite. They're going for the pizza hold, and it's almost going to be the same thing. You're just reversing the setup. You're going to have a guy top Pelican and your players over towards Rockets and force them into back blue. That's what I love about this map so much, though, is you can play either, and it's a feasible strategy. But Atso with a beautiful nade on EXO, that's going to start ruining their setup. And Gold Star BR, he knows what's up. He plays that ball off, and we're going to another reset.
Great work at a Gold Star here, knowing that he does not have an opportunity to make a play or to get away with his life, so he'll play the ball off and make sure they secure more time. And Exodia waiting on the new spawn. He picks it up to get more time immediately here. We got Jared also, who's preying on the camo spawn. That's a nice way to get it off the map. So Drift out of the picture. They got the timing on camo. Ball in the meantime rotated over to blue side. So efficiency out of Falling Esports is they keep the ball out of the hands. They keep the resources in theirs and just try to fend off the pressure incoming. Nugget trying to sneak his way up through lift here. Tapping and a cut off a straggler. And we got a 2v2 challenge coming in here. Tapping needs to pick up one. It's taken two, actually, with a double and a triple, maybe. He gets denied from behind, though. We got a saving grace out of that red player, and the ball time is ticking here as they just milk their lives, Garrett.
Yeah, but once again, Falling Esports, they have the timing right. They understand when the pressure is mounted, and they're playing the ball efficiently. Finally, Pittsburgh Knights going to have their opportunity to hold this ball. Tapping, trying to play the pillar, does it perfectly. You see all his teammates are around. He just needs to focus on staying alive. He's able to do so, and this is what I love about this team. Tapping, he's your slayer. He doesn't need to be holding that ball. He takes it down. Unfortunately for him, he gets back to the back. Hey, we can never tell when it's going to happen, but he goes down. But I like how they're so quick to be like, hey, you know, Tapping, I understand you want to play the objective, brother. You got to drop that thing. You're too nasty to doing it. Get him out slaying. That's the kind of stuff I like from the PK. But their holds, they just, every time it's this Falling Esports squad, they're breaking it quite easily. And now Drift lands a perfect nade. Atso gets the finish, and they're able to break that entire setup for Falling. They're going to get the ball time. But look at that. A Pelican spawn just happened. That's JK who comes in and ruins the entire setup. Now Drift has to have a retake.
I just want to look back at that nade for a second. Taking notes on that. The slide and then the bank off the floor to perfectly nade the ball sitting in that tricky spot, which can be difficult to get into or get kills on players at. In the meantime, though, we do have the Rockets in play. Couple trades coming out on the board here. Camo about to pop at the 40-second mark as well. Tapping button's going to fly over, try to get some ball time here, but that camo going to be very prevalent. You can see the players on Falling Esports already trying to hold it down. There is a sneaky player, that's Atso, who's waiting over on the Pelly to deny the camo as well. He did go down, and I think he managed to get a burn in the meantime, but you can see PK being so efficient with the ball time as they deal with all of these important resources. Got a fan out, hold down perimeters, Tapping in the meantime with a beautiful flank and a 5 that he's earned for it. Tell me he turns it to 2. The patience out of Tapping to get himself back-to-back perfect kills, Garrett. You love to see it.
back-to-back perfects with the last shot. Metal tapping, making all his bullets count. Don't get another. Oh, the head just disappears. Not able to do so, but man, that's the tapping we expect to see. He is an absolute monster. If you guys recall, he was on that Evil Geniuses roster for a bit, you know, really making strides for the Latin American community and really the leader for this Pittsburgh Knights squad.
What was a large lead in the favor of falling, no longer looking that way. PK definitely bringing things back here. Drift going to hold it down to red. Nugget going to try to support him. Atso trying to fend off pressure from Pizza, but you can see it's just a little too strong. Falling Esports, all four of them flying up in here for the challenge. You got the double coming out of Goldstar, looking to make this one into a triple here. Drift going to try to hold him off. Goldstar, great live out of him. Teammates can come help out as one flies through. JK ready for the back smack, and this is how they prioritize their lives. Get the ball back in their hands, but how long can they hold it here? No easy play opportunity. The nades will deny him immediately, and soon we have a rocket launcher coming up as well. So this hold for Pittsburgh Knights, if they can keep it in their favor, which is looking like a bit of a hot potato right now, we will get a chance for the Rockets.
It was a extensive lead for Falling Esports to start this game, and that lead has been just consistently dropping. They're finally able to get this ball away, and JK with the Rockets could alleviate this pressure that PK has established, but no! Drift gets him! Jared able to get the Rockets back in hand, but that's going to prevent him from getting the ball time that's necessary. He goes back. Atso going to be able to get the trade out at the same time, but Falling Esports get the favorable spawn, but they're going to have to fight their way over towards blue to maintain the hold, and Nuggets in position. He's trying to find the finish. He's able to on Exo, but he has one more to deal with. But here we go. The help is through. This is the scrappiest part of Oddball. We have seen just clean holds from the start of the game, but we're starting to get to the stage where teams are getting a little bit more desperate and a little bit more scrappy, and I'm here and I'm loving it, Shy.
The desperation definitely sets in, but what's up with the back smacks today, by the way? It's just ankles getting broken left and right. Speaking of which, JK, he's hunting down the camo here, and he can't get it either. Tapping with a massive double kill. Keeps the camo in play. Ball in the hands of PK as well. They got a blue setup, and Tapping in a beautiful position here to cut off new spawners on red. Look at this. Nade in. Hit markers. Oh, he got two down to weak shields. You're tapping just a wall of defense for Goldstar, and JK is they can't do anything. This is a beautiful way to make the comeback and take the game if they keep it up, Garrett.
I have to talk to my preacher tomorrow, man. I'm witnessing some dirty things on the screen, tapping buttons. And what I love is every time he's gotten that camouflage, he values the noob combo to go with it. He's using the sandbox to the best of his ability, and he's finding kill after kill, and his team is getting back into this game. Just 4 seconds for tying it up. The double kill comes through, tapping buttons, turning himself up for this game. Finally, Exo takes him out, but the damage is done. The lead has changed. PK trying to finish this one out.
Tapping looking like the Terminator, Garrett. I expected nothing less from a man of his caliber, but it's not over yet. Red team does have the ball. Falling Esports a chance here. Less than 20 seconds to close it out, but getting pelted from multiple angles. Needs to rotate it. He's got Goldstar with the rocket launcher to try to help, but a stray nade out of Adso will take him down, bring the ball back down to the ground here for the scrappy battles to continue. Garrett, this is the point where the desperation really sets in. Still one rocket in the chamber. A camo coming up shortly as well. Goldstar, no choice but to try to live for the defense as he drops. Jared will get the trade. Back and forth we go as players dropping left and right. Garrett tapping. You know he wants that camo, but he's got to get to the ball in time before this is over in 10 seconds. And thankfully, PK, they've got the lock on it for now. I think they might be able to close it here.
Ball dropped. Exo just made a massive play. He was able to get to the ball, and with only 8 seconds to go, Tapping has to move, but he's one shot. He's going to have 3 seconds to execute. He's behind the ball. Just 3 seconds to get there. No. He made the shot. No.
What?
Defeat.
Oh, 1
Not
second.
like this. Wait, so the dilemma there, did he, I guess he didn't have a nade. I should have checked it to see, but he was too far for a guaranteed melee. And too close to really to know. I guess maybe it was just difficult to hit the shots. Either way, I'm fumbling watching that, Garrett, because that was a bit heartbreaking. That was the final opportunity to just drop the ball. Had he got the kill, even with 1 second left on that timer, I still think PK could have picked it up, could have made it work. But man, are we so down to the wire for game one.
We have to see it, right? We have to see what happened once again at the end for tapping buttons, because he just didn't have many options when he's made one shot up here. You know, he could try to spray and get out, but there is that player to his right towards Dynamite. Actually, no,
he got past him. So it's all just down to the shot here, like pressure in, right?
But look at, there's 2 players outside towards Pelican that aren't putting shots in that player.
Yeah.
Like that is,
it's not, I mean, tapping. Go for it, sorry.
Tapping did what was necessary.
Yes.
At the end of the day, his team needs to be aware of that situation and get some shots into the man. I mean, the man is blinking one shot. Obviously, like tapping, you know, the execution could have been better, but he did enough. It's up to those players at top green and the one that's coming out towards Pelican to get a shot. The top green player, I guess, is the only player that was really in position to get the shots.
God.
But it's just so unfortunate because I think if they get that kill, they probably secure the game. Like, it's in the perfect spot for them at that point.
Look at that. Yeah, they've got a full perimeter. There's 3 players around that ball. That's an easy pickup in 5 seconds. There's no way they don't win if that kill goes through. But Tapping, like you said, Tapping did his job in that game. He was the star of the show. The man had 27 kills, far and away above the remaining players in that game as far as top slays. It's just unfortunate that it all came down to that one pivotal moment, which I would say maybe a bit of a lease on life for Falling Esports. They definitely have potential in this series to take it, but against a team like Pittsburgh Knights, you really want to make sure you win that game 1 because this team, PK, are so coordinated, especially in the late game here. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a hot comeback, all starting with this Plaza Slayer.
The biggest thing I have to say is Falling Esports had control of that game early on. I believe they had an 80-point lead at some point, and PK, they worked their way back into that game. They worked their way back into the game. And unfortunately, it comes down to just execution on the final play that ends up costing them. But Falling Esports, they have to play with their lead better if they're going to come into this Slayer. PK, we saw what Tapping was able to do last game. The man is a murderer. He doesn't miss shots. Back-to-back perfects. We saw it on Echelon. And Slayer, this is his bread and butter. If he gets off this game, I don't see Falling Esports making this competitive. That being said, if they can get that lead and maintain a lead, I think they'll do much better. But, you know, at the end of the day, it comes down to the execution of both these squads.
Garrett, you said it, Tapping. The man is a murderer, and welcome to the slaughterhouse. We're about to jump into Plaza Slayer, where slays are absolutely everything.
Oh,
and
wow.
JK gonna get slayed to start. What a nade to cut him off. And I believe that does equal an OS in the hands of blue. I don't see it on the overlay just yet, but I do see Tapping with a sniper rifle in hand, and he's just getting started here. He will tag one up on the body, but you can only imagine what's to come with this one, Garrett.
What was so fascinating to me off the start, Shy, is the fact that they, oh wow, oh, the double, go for the triple. Oh, his teammate's gonna take it. But they didn't nade the overshield, they naded the stairs. So you know, maybe they had some information. They knew how the starts for Falling Esports were, because that's interesting. Not to nade for the overshield. They predicted them to play a slower paced game off the start, and you know, it ends up rewarding them. You have Tapping buttons, the monster with the sniper rifle. Once again, he's in that S4 position, and he should be able to take some heads. Oh my god, he into the reach out exo stuff that comes up on top instead. But look at that, Drift and Nugget, they take care of the damage on the other end. The sniper's still S4, they still have nest spawns, so they'll be able to recover quite nicely. But UEG, he's able to find one. Drift gonna trade that one out as well. And PK, I mean, they're just doing an efficient job. Even when they do die, the trades are immediate and they're able to get control back of the map.
Exactly. EXO getting that opening to kill Snipe is huge, but if nothing comes from it, if PK are so coordinated they get all the slays afterwards, then just Drift will pick up the Snipe instead. And you know Drift can make plays. I've seen this man do it time and time again. Just give him an opportunity and he will execute. And so far you can see there's a player down on Hotel. Easy pickings for PK as they are working together like a unit here, Garrett. New spawners up in Yard and on Tram. And Drift already holding down a perimeter at So, this cheeky bugger. He's up on the sign here. And he's got a perfect line of sight to just throw nades in to deny the opposition. Shots up into top mid as well as one player makes a mad dash for the center. Atso with a double dilemma here. Can he at least get a kill? He cannot, but he put great damage in. And his teammates, if they're in position, they can collapse and conquer on all of these red players in low spots on the map. And beautiful timing to do it. We got a new camo, or OS, about to pop in just a few seconds here.
I'm going to say Pittsburgh Knights are doing a wonderful job at punishing the mistakes from Falling Esports. We see players flying out to mid to try to get an easy kill, to try to catch people off surprise. They might get that one kill, but it's answered back with 2 of their own, and that's why we see a lead of 21-9 right now. Tapping getting the overshield. PK looking like their peak performance, and this is without Pelugod on their roster. This isn't even them at full strength. I'm very impressed with this Pittsburgh Knights roster right now.
This is always, also why it's wonderful if you're following esports that you won game one, because against a team like PK, you only expect them to turn up, and right now they're showcasing why they're a top LATAM team. I mean, look at the Slays just rolling in as Tapping shreds through yet another. He's got 2 more up in front of him. Beautiful damage on the one. We'll back him off into lift here, and Tapping, you know he wants a piece of this action, but he's going to be patient for now. His teammates likely getting angles to help out here as well, but Gold Star snipe in hand. Nice denial out of him and trying to lock down the cafe spawns. Can he get just a nice little opportunity here? Looks like he looks away. Doesn't see it just yet, but players up in cafe. Gold Star with a great chance to make plays.
Oh, no.
Oh, what he did! All right, that's a nice way to take one before you die. You thought for sure he was dead.
Yeah, I thought there was no shot. I mean, if he got away, wouldn't have been just awesome. Unfortunately, not able to do so. Nugget able to grab that sniper rifle once again, but he's not going to live for long. Gold Star BR, he's going to be able to take him out. He had a wonderful performance during the Kellogg's FFA, where he made some surprising upsets, and he just proved to everyone that he has a shot that it's unrivaled to 99.9% of the Halo community.
Gold Star, second chance with the sniper here. Just going to hold it down from glass. New spawners are popping up in lift, so he does have the awareness, but the timing is the issue. There we go. He'll snap onto Tapping. Second victim out on Neston. Just a quick snap does whiff, but his position is so important here. OS about to pop up. Going to get the barrels out of the way here. Hold down the perimeter. Maybe grab the combo if it's up as well. As long as he's got a good shell to ensure his team picks up this OS, they should be the ones to grab it here. Got some wonderful shots coming out of Gold Star into Hotel to keep that player back, and the OS does get picked up by JK, the 10 cents demon here, for lack of a better term. This man can just turn at very high speeds. You'll see it in just a second, the moment he has a chance. But OS in hand, he's got a great opportunity to be aggressive here, really fly into Hotel.
Hey, Shy, remember when I said it was 21-9? Now it's 32-31. What a run from these guys at Following Esports. They're getting back into this game. Unfortunately, JK gonna get taken out. That's 3 down momentarily for Following Esports, and now it's up to PK to find the punish. I think they're trying to force out the loop spawns. They're able to do so, but they're gonna hold back for now. I was maybe expecting a collapse to come in, but they're gonna play patient and try to find these picks. Atso getting information for his team. You can see the collapse starting to come in over at Yard. They're pushing through. Tapping's able to find one. Nugget gets the trade out with the second. The nades coming in. So they're playing this slowly and beautifully as they're just applying immense amount of pressure. The Following Esports, they're able to find another trade as the kill feed lights up for Pittsburgh Knights as they immediately take their lead back.
This round of Slays could turn into a spawn trap as well. They do have somebody blocking nest, so we're likely going to see a tram side spawn. JK actually living, though, through the gauntlet here is huge, because he allows his teammates to get their kills as well. They can bring the score just a little bit closer as he rotates out back to glass. Spawner's likely up opposite side here. One just sitting up on top yellow as well. Line of defense for Jared and team as Jared spring jumps his way up the top yellow just to try to get in the fray here. But you can see the angles are a little tough at a PK. They got the snipe as well from Drift, and if there's any way to close this game, you know Drift is the man to do it. Just needs a bead on a target. Teammates already putting damage in Cafe, so nice little shot beat down to get one, but great kill at a JK. A couple returned on the feed as well. It's not over for these red players. Just a 4-kill deficit. A snipe sitting up on S4, but they're prioritizing the nest spawn trap instead of getting the snipe, and they're getting the OS as well. This is massive. If they can put the OS together and grab that snipe, they can turn this game around, take it.
I mean, look at that. They had a perfect nest spawn trap. They're able to collapse, find 2 immediate kills. Dragon able to find another. That sniper rifle still trapped at S4. And there we go. Gold Star BR was just able to pick it up. It was only 1 kill separating these teams. They're going to start taking advantage. We're tied up. Jared, unfortunately, just can't find that kill. And it's 1 team wipe away from either team taking this out. And look at this. Gold Star BR, he is put out loop, and he knows that they're spawning at nest. If they come out that lift, he's going to take a head. Unfortunately, he repositions. He's coming back to check it now. There's one. Oh, just misses it. And he has to reload this sniper rifle, and that's going to be costly as that player is able to stay alive. But look at all this. PKs are wrangled in the back. Exo, JK, they collapse in. They were just stuck at that bottom lift. And Following Esports prized that one away from Pittsburgh Knights to get them 1 game away from taking this series.
What a beautiful turnaround from Falling Esports. Garrett, if you're a fan of Macro Halo, which I know you are, that was a lovely way to close out that game with that nest spawn trap, and a beautiful thing to replay later, by the way, Louis, if you're listening. But just their way to prioritize both Cafe and Light Rifle, knowing that snipe was still sitting down in S4, they didn't let that bait them to flying over to Nest. Instead, they held their own, and they forced that Nest side spawn. They earned the OS for it, and kept them trapped like rats in the bottom of the lift, despite the wonderful comeback. Though there were some beautiful plays from Tapping Buttons, who started out strong here. But look at this, facing lower bracket placement here. They're facing winter bracket elimination off of these 2 games, Garrett.
Yeah, PK, backs against the wall, and the question is, what do you do when your back's against the wall? How are you going to answer? And if I know this PK squad, they turn around and they put their fists right through that wall and they break through. This is a roster that can do it. But Falling Esports, they're showing their resiliency right now. PK a couple times where it's looked like, hey, this game's going to be easily for them as they start getting towards the end, and they choke it away. The biggest difference I saw on that map was how much Falling Esports valued that Nest spawn trap. We never saw the Pittsburgh Knights really go for it. They like to keep their sniper at Nest, at S4, and try to force out a blue and then collapse back over towards Loop, where we saw a clear setup for the side of Falling Esports, where they put a man in blue, they put a man at Loop, and they had 2 roamers, and they forced the Nest spawn trap, and it ends up winning them the game at the end of the day.
And the thing is, that can absolutely work. PK's strategy to have that sniper perched up in S4 and lock the spawns into Loop, into Yard, that can totally work out. You could dominate that way. It's just more difficult to do so. Your team has more lanes to escape, to trick things up, to to get out and conquer and kind of repeat the what we saw in that previous game. Either way, the series continues. Garrett, we're about to jump into Fathom CTF. This is the last chance for PK to show us something on this winner side bracket, and I hope they do it here, because Fathom CTF, this is always a slobber knocker.
Yeah, this is a map that's either going to go 2-3 minutes or it's going to go the full 15. I feel like there's never an in-between. There's so many opportunities to overextend and to force flag standoffs. The question is, who has better timing, who can manipulate the spawns the best, and make sure that they grab that flag out at the correct time. Look at that PK. They've already given up too much, in my opinion. You can see Falling Esports, they're starting to come through. They're valuing the garage side. They're getting into the base. The only thing that PK was able to get was this camouflage, and it's going to be up to Drift to make the play. He does. JK gives the back, but he needs to stay alive as players are trying to collapse on him from top mid. Jared's able to do so, and Falling Esports, they're right back at it. They're trying to get to this flag. Tapping, landing out great grenades, but the pressure is just too immense. EXO able to grab that flag and get it away, and that's going to be an early one on board as long as he can get it back through that window.
I mean, the combo of just the relentless pressure out of Falling, it seems guaranteed, but we're tripping on the window ledge here. Okay, the flag does go in the pedestal, and 1-0 on the board. And on top of that, Gold Star, I mean, he had the rail. Expected some plays there, but Atso will make them instead pick himself up a double. But can they do anything off of it? They got to get into that base. And Exodio, he's chasing down some stragglers here. He will clean one up with a red bar, get traded out, as these blue players try to break these red members of Falling Esports out of their base and reset the situation. You can see they do have top map control here, so Jared is going to focus on defense, try to get himself a guaranteed pick. He's not watching his left, though. It looks like Exodio is watching it for him, and they can push up the treehouse. This is a wonderful little display out of Falling Esports that they put together here, and they're showing no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, I love the amount of pressure that they're putting up on the map. And it's not pressure that they're just trying to get into the base. They're just making sure that they're at the right position so that if the opportunity comes where they can push in and get a flag out, they're ready for it. And Jared, oh my God, perfect reversey in the feed, turns around 180, snaps on it, doesn't miss a shot, gets that kill. I mean, talk about a performance. Atso able to get one, but it won't be enough to secure camouflage for his team quite yet. We're seeing the fight Cap in a top mid. Tapping, he's gonna try just to put the bullet in and take out the camo, not able to do so. That's gonna be Jared who's able to get away with it, and he doesn't miss shots when they count. He's able to find another, looking for a second, gets that one as well. The team shot comes in, and while that was going down, a flag is out and away. EXO getting it in. What a beautiful execution from the side of Falling Esports.
Falling Esports, what a surprise, Garrett. Who would have thought they'd come out and just dominate? PK down to the end of the line. No more chances. One flag will close this game, and I mean, at this rate, it's looking like it might happen soon. JK Gonna put the pressure on here. Still got the rail to work with. Teammates already getting the kills. Flagman pulled, getting taken out. Spawner's up on Silo as well. And JK can lock this down with the rail, keep him back. We might see the game over here. Garrett, last flag being rallied. We will have overextenders coming in to get defense, but I don't see anybody there. He's in the clear. He's going to plant this one in to close it out with a 3-0 of all things, not only in this game, but in this series. Falling Esports, they showed up. They showed out today and just dominated our series, Garrett.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what I have to say, Shy. It's the way of Fathom. It's the way of Fathom. It's either going to be a dominating 3-0 performance where it's a 4-minute game, or it goes the full 15. And we just saw the amount of pressure that Falling Esports was able to put in. And we didn't get a chance to look at that kill feed, but they had to be like plus 20. I mean, the slaying capabilities from the side of Falling Esports, the pressure that they mounted was just so immense. It was as if Pittsburgh Knights, they were desperately just trying to get mid-map control, and they were never able to do so because there was a brick wall called Jared. He was there every time he answered back. Rewind that one, Louis.
Yeah, that's
the nastiest thing we've seen today.
He shouldn't have lived. I was expecting a back smack there. I honestly looked away for a split second. Next thing I knew, there was a 5, a perf medal on screen. And Jared turns and burns, tapping buttons with an LR of all people. That's a 4-shot kill. It should be guaranteed. Turns, thrusts to the right, and just look at the movement here to crouch and then jump to get out of line from the headshot long enough to clean up that kill with a hot 5. We talked about JK and his 10 cents. Jared, by the way, very high cents as well. Not sure what he's running, but this man, you see how fast he spins on a dime. Here's another 5 out of him. He's putting things together. He had the camo control as well, and then the lovely timing. It's so difficult in Fathom to get that beautiful timing with the flag, but they seem to always have that overextender there in that perfect moment when their teammates are making plays.
No, I mean, that's perfect punishment in my opinion. And PK, they were way overextended through bottom mid. They didn't have control of the open lanes on the right side, and that was just Falling Esports recognizing that, hearing the call out from JK and being, hey, you know, I can push through, I can get this opportunity, and they were able to execute. And it really showed in, you know, a 3.5-minute performance from the side of Falling Esports to win that game.
What a series, Garrett. A little quicker than expected. That one definitely flew by. No thanks due to Falling Esports, who are looking hot right now. But I'm not the only one who wants to know more about this. Let's get Clutch and Active to join us on the desk once again and hear their thoughts in what was one hell of a series. Active, let's start with you.
Oh, Falling Esports really showed that they're the dominant team here. I have them placing number 4 in this tournament today and moving on, of course, to tomorrow. But just a great performance out of everyone on that squad. They've been playing together for a while through season 1 through 4 in the Pro Series. They were dominant in there as well, and they played really well there too. I didn't expect anything different out of this squad. They did really well.
Well, bold out of you to say that they place in top 4. This was completely under my radar, so pleasant surprise for me. What about you, Wes? Are you surprised with these results?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I expected more out of PK. I definitely didn't expect a 3-0. I knew that this was going to be a good series, or thought that this was going to be a good series, but Falling Esports clutching up in games 1 and 2, really just getting that momentum and building that lead. Like, that lead mentally, when you're down 0-2, it just means so much to the other team, right? Like, when you're up 2-0, you have so much like confidence, room to play with, room to make mistakes, and because of it, you're able to like play your own game and freely, and less pressure is on you. When you go down 0-2, now that's pressure either makes diamonds or it breaks people, and unfortunately PK got broken in that game 3 because it was, you blink and you miss it, right?
That's a good point about. Sorry, go for it, Active.
No, I just wanted to clear up my point. So I had mentioned that through season 1 and 4 of the Pro Series, Falling Esports played really well, is what I said. I'm sorry, I didn't want to think anyone to think I would, made a mistake there, but yeah.
No,